Please welcome Van Jones, Senior Fellow at the Center for American Progress. Do we go ahead?
Hey, y'all. Let's give another round of applause for Secretary Sebelius, one of the true heroes. One of the true heroes and leaders in our country. I'm honored to be here to talk to you for a couple of reasons. First of all, we are at a moment now, and she tried to hint at it. I was going to be blunt. This is a moment of maximum peril for our country. We had our moment of hope in 2008. We had some heartbreak in 2010. And now the entire direction of the country is into balance. Our best values are being thrown under the bus in the name of a fake deficit crisis, which I'll talk about. But somebody's got to do something about it. And history has nominated you. Surprise! No pressure. No pressure. But it has. It's your generation's turn to stand up for the best in this country. The last time we had a generation like yours was the so-called baby boomer generation. But you are bigger than that generation. You're more diverse. You're more technologically savvy. You're already more engaged, more committed, more connected than even the baby boomers. What did the baby boomers do? When they hit about your age, they looked around, they saw a country. We had had 100 years of Jim Crow segregation, racial segregation. They said enough of that, and they stood up, and within 4 years, they broke the back of Jim Crow segregation. Just because enough young people with a different point of view, with a different set of values, with a deeper sense of what it meant to be an American, stood up and broke the back of 100 years of segregation. People act like the civil rights movement was led by a bunch of old folks. Let's be clear. Dr. King himself was 24 years old in Montgomery. 24 years old. The average age of the freedom riders who risked their lives, and some of them on voter registration drives lost their lives. Average age, 19 and 20. Young people change America when America changes in a positive direction. When your generation stood up in 2008, the whole world was happy. People around the world were crying and hugging and kissing, you know. Even in New York City, everybody in New York City is mad every day. You guys stood up, they were happy, you know. Went from mad to glad, right? You guys did that. Then y'all sat down in 2010. So y'all have some responsibility. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I make light of it just because I feel sorry for you. It's a big lift. It's a big lift. But if you guys don't stand up, we're in trouble. Why do I say that? Look at your cousins. Look at your cousins. Go back to your neighborhoods. We have people your age. You guys are doing well, we hope. Y'all get some internships or something when you graduate. But you got a lot of people you went to high school with. They graduated off a cliff into the worst economy since World War II. You got people on your campus right now about to do the same thing next year or just did it. Who's standing up for them? Young people are supposed to be able to work hard and do well in school and then go off and have real careers, not be interns for 5 years. Right? Who's standing up? Hey, you. Who's standing up? And it's not just you guys. You got cousins, people you went to school with who are overseas right now, serving our country. And they get support when they're on a military battleground, But when they come home, they get dumped off into an economic battleground. And our young veterans now have twice the unemployment rate of everybody else. We are a better country than that. But who's standing up and saying that we deserve to protect and take care of your peers just as much when they're back in the neighborhood as when they're overseas? Who's standing up for these young veterans? That's the question. And it's not just the young people. I mean, don't feel special. Y'all not the only ones getting thrown under the bus in the United States of America. Look at your parents. American homeowners and taxpayers saved these banks, Wall Street, these geniuses on Wall Street, these geniuses who wrecked the economy. They would have been homeless. The bankers would have been homeless. But the American people said, you know what? We're going to help you out. We're going to bail you out and stand you back up. And now those same banks won't even return your parents' phone calls when they say, hey, can we renegotiate the principal or the rate? My house is worth so much less than I'm paying for it. They can't even get the phone calls returned. These banks, see, America doesn't owe these banks. These banks owe the United States of America. That's the truth. That's the truth about it. But who's standing up? Teachers, cops, firefighters, America's everyday heroes, the people the media calls public employees, unionized public employees. I thought they were cops. We didn't call them that when I was growing up. We just called them teachers. And we were supposed to respect them. And they've never abandoned America in a crisis. Our firefighters, our teachers, our nurses have never abandoned us in a crisis. But these super patriots up here want us to throw 1 million of them under the bus this year and abandon them. We say, no way. We're not going to do that to the heroes of our country. We're not going to do that. And you don't get to call yourselves patriots. You don't get to call yourselves patriots proposing despicable stuff like that. But that's what they do. And who's standing up? Who's standing up? Every time you go to the barber shop, nail salon, bowling alley, and talk to normal Americans, are they saying, well, I'm concerned about the debt ceiling. I sure hope they I haven't heard one normal American talk about this debt ceiling thing one time. I'm sorry. People live in D.C. We have an airport. Get out of here and talk to real people, because folks deserve better than we're getting. We're a better country than this. What I hear people talking about is pain. We're almost 3 years into this crisis. The American people have the right to go back to work now. Look at all the work that has to be done in this country. Look at our schools. Look at our bridges. Look at our roads. Look at our young people who need teachers. Look at our old folks who need elder care. We have so much work to be done in this country, and so many people who need work. America's government shouldn't be missing in action, stuck on stupid, talking about nonsense when people are hurting across America. But I'll tell you why nobody's standing up. Because you're not standing up. Because you're not standing up. D.C.'s not going to be any better than you are, young people. D.C.'s not going to be any more idealistic than you are. D.C.'s not going to have any more courage than you show. See, they keep telling us that we can't do anything because we're broke. That's what they say about America. We're broke. Well, hold on. First of all, just do me a favor. The next time you see somebody on television with a Brooks Brothers suit on and some Gucci shoes talking about we broke, don't pay attention to them. Just trust me, they're lying. By definition, we can't be broke and you got the suit on, brother. So let's talk. Let's talk some real talk. Let's talk. No. America is not broke. We're not the poorest country in the world. This is not Bangladesh. No offense, I'm just saying. We're the richest country in the world. We're the richest country in the history of the world. The pharaohs are going, missed it. I mean, what are they talking about? The GDP of America is bigger every year. It's not growing as fast as it used to, but it's still growing. The pie is bigger every year. It's just your slice that's smaller. That's what's happening. You just got a little bitty slice. That don't mean the pie got littler. I'm sorry, I'm just plain spoken, as you can see. But somebody's got to cut through the nonsense. No, the country's not broke. If you want to deal with the deficit, just go back to Clinton era. We had Bill Clinton here. Give him a round of applause. Wasn't Bill Clinton here? Very simple. You want to deal with the deficit? Go back to Bill Clinton era taxation policy, Bill Clinton era military expenditures. The deficit's gone in about 10 years. Done. And you don't have to kill Medicare or Social Security. I'm going to say it again. You want to deal with the deficit? Bill Clinton tax policy, Bill Clinton military expenditure is gone in 10 years. Why are you destroying Medicare? Why are you trying to destroy Social Security? No, we're not broke and we're not stupid. See, America is not broke. America was robbed and somebody has our money. That's the truth. Somebody has our money. Now, here's what you can do about it, folks. Here's what you can do about it. You got folks up here in Washington, D.C. that have signed a pledge to a man named Grover Norquist that they will never increase America's tax revenues no matter what happens to our country. I'm not making this up. Y'all got Googles and thumbs and stuff. There's a man named Grover Norquist who has convinced a huge section of our Republican sisters and brothers to sign a pledge that they will, no matter what happens to our country, they will never vote to increase tax revenues for America's government. Now look, I used to serve in government. I signed a pledge. I took an oath to the Constitution of the United States, to the Constitution of the United States, and to protect our country. I didn't then go sneak around behind the door and sign another pledge. You holding up something? What does it say? Oh. I am running for president of my kids' PTA, and I hope I win. Now, anyway, so look. But look, I'm going somewhere, man. This is deep, man. Where was I? It done flattered me now, you know. What was I saying? Grover Norquist, yeah. Don't get me happy. I'm mad. Hold on a second. No. Yeah, I signed my pledge. It only lasted 6 months, but I signed it. To the United States Constitution and to the American people. I didn't sneak around behind the door and sign another one to somebody else. But you have Republicans who have signed this tax pledge to this man. And now, even though, this is not now liberals versus conservatives. Okay. It's beyond that now. This is not Democrats versus Republicans. Even now, David Stockman, who was the architect of Reaganomics, has come out and said, under these conditions, even Reagan would have raised taxes. That's essentially what he said. Under these conditions, the Gipper would raise taxes. David Brooks came out and said that the president's proposals should be celebrated by normal Republicans. But yet we are still headed off this cliff. Because this is not about us being broke. This is not about the deficit. This is not about the debt ceiling. This is about America having been hijacked by a small number of very shrill people with dual loyalty, allegedly to this country. But they have another agenda that is not about preserving the American dream or doing things the way that we've always done it. It's about saying we are going to, Grover Norquist's own words, shrink America's government to the size that we could drown it in a bathtub. That's his quote. That's their leader. He wants to shrink America's government to the size that he could drown it in a bathtub. Who talks like that? Who even thinks like that? These people should not be in charge of your country. These people should not be in charge of your government, your future, or your PTA. These people have to be met by real patriots. You are the real patriots we've been waiting for. You are the ones, your generation, that has it all on the line. Your generation has been standing up for liberty and justice for all. You're the patriots. You are the ones. You're the most environmentally conscious generation we've ever had. Why? Because somebody sang a song to you about America the beautiful, and you're out there defending America's beauty every day. You're the patriots. Somebody told you when you were little people, and you believed them. The Statue of Liberty standing out there. What does it stand for? Give me your tired. Give me your poor. Give me your huddled masses who yearn to breathe free. That's America. Those are American values. Those of you who are standing up for immigrants and immigrant rights are standing up for America and the best in America. You're the patriots. You're the patriots. You're the ones. And so I call on you now to deepen that patriotism, to deepen that love for your country, to deepen the idealism. Dr. King said, I have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. He wasn't talking about commercialism. He wasn't talking about the American fantasy. Everybody's going to be rich. Buy a bunch of things. They'll make you happy. No, that's the American fantasy. He was talking about a very simple principle, which your generation has to stand for now. You shouldn't have to be from a famous family in America to make it. You shouldn't have to have a fancy last name. You should be able to be an ordinary person and get up in the morning and be able to walk out the front door and have the dignity of labor and be able to work hard someplace and play by the rules and come back home with a paycheck in your hand and be able to look in your children in the eye with some pride and think about giving them something better. That's why people have come here from all around the world, because we're one of the few countries where that's still supposed to be possible. And I do not believe your generation should stand to one side and let them throw that under the bus because some rich folks don't want to pay their taxes. We're a better country than that. You're a better generation than that. Let's fight for liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.